An area pediatrician weighs in on reports the FDA plans to soon authorize Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine for 12 to 15-year-olds.
The Biden administration says it's increasing the number of refugees allowed into the United States. I'm Natalie Brand in Washington, where some White House officials say meeting the new target will be difficult.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
The FDA is expected to give authorization for Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine to be administered to a younger age group. This is KOAM News at 5. According to federal officials familiar with the agency's plans, the authorization could come as early as next week and would open up the vaccine to those ages 12 to 15. During the course of the pandemic, information has come out noting that children are less susceptible to COVID, leaving some parents wondering why younger kids need the vaccine.
Adolescents, they can acquire COVID. Their symptoms may be mild, but we do know that they can also develop significant and severe illness. So if we can prevent that, number one, we certainly want to do that.
Tonight at 6, we're going to hear more from Stokes as well as parents on both sides of the fence when it comes to vaccinating their children. Communities in Cherokee County, Kansas are battling it out in a food fight. Not a real food fight exactly, a challenge to see who can collect more canned goods for local food pantries. The Farmers Cooperative Association says if 2,000 pounds of food is raised in total, they'll donate an additional 2,000 pounds. The town that donates the most gets bragging rights, but everyone involved gets to know they're helping those in need.
So the goal of the Cherokee County Food Fight is to benefit all of our local citizens that are in need throughout Cherokee County. We're engaging 5 different communities with the hope that they'll all compete to see who can raise the most food. At the end of the 2 weeks, all that food will be returned back to the communities that donated it, serving 8 food pantries throughout Cherokee County.
The Food Fight Challenge runs until May 14th. Doug Hetty joins us. We didn't really need any more rain today, but Doug, we got it anyway.
Yeah, we got bands of showers and thunderstorms, some very heavy amounts of rain for us last night, and then just kind of a moderate rain throughout the daytime hours for us today. But you can see the back edge in our very far eastern county. So all the rain is rotated out of here. We are actually looking quite a bit better as we go through the evening hours. But look at the storms last night, showers, thunderstorms, and then through the morning hours and then pushing off toward the east. And we've actually been seeing some sunshine popping out on the back side of this system, which is good. It's going to give us at least a decent evening. Temperature is kind of cool for this time of the year. Most of us are sitting upper 50s to near 60 degrees. We'll slide back through the 50s into the 40s later on tonight. We could even see a little bit of patchy fog starting to build in as well late this evening into the overnight hours. Of course, we're going to look down the road at our next storm system here in just a bit.
All right, we'll catch you then. Thanks, Doug. After weeks of backlash, President Biden announces he's raising the cap of refugees allowed in the U.S. this fiscal year, though meeting it will be a tall order. Refugee advocates have praised the announcement and say they hope the president's move could inspire other nations to do the same. Natalie Brand reports from Washington.
President Biden calls it a move to reassert American leadership and values, raising the annual refugee admissions cap to 62,500 from the historically low number of 15,000 under the previous administration.
This is a moment of jubilation and celebration for refugees around the world and for the American people.
Sasha Chenoff founded the organization Refuge Point, which works with the U.S. government and UN Refugee Agency to help those in need resettle. He says he's seen that need firsthand as part of a team that rescued individuals fleeing massacres and bloodshed in the Congo 20 years ago.
I still remember those people's faces. Each one of these 62,500 spaces represents a human being just like you or and me.
The Biden administration has broken down the updated cap across regions, starting with 22,000 slots for Africa. But the White House acknowledges it will still be hard to achieve their new target.
There are so many organizations who play incredible roles in the United States and around the world. They have been understaffed, they've been under-resourced, and some of our success will depend on the ability to rebuild those systems.
The president, in his statement this week, also acknowledged the challenge of meeting the goal he set for next fiscal year of 125,000 refugee admissions.
There's an intention to rebuild. There's an intention to make sure resettlement meets the needs today and we're positioned to do that.
Chenoff says while it will take time to build back the resettlement program, he believes the administration's announcement sends a clear message to the world and those seeking refuge. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Washington.
The president's refugee cap announcement comes as the administration is also touting significant progress at the southern border. The number of unaccompanied minors being held in DHS facilities has plummeted from a high of more than 5,000 in March to now around 600. With COVID-19 cases spiraling out of control in India, the Biden administration is banning travel from there to keep potentially deadly variants out of the U.S. India has now topped 20 million total cases. They've also reported more than 220,000 deaths from the virus, but experts say the death toll is vastly underreported as official tallies don't seem to match what people are witnessing on the ground. Crews in Mexico are sorting through wreckage after an elevated train collapsed in Mexico City. At least 24 people are dead, dozens more injured. The accident happened on one of the city's newest train lines, which has had some structural issues, including needing repairs a couple of months after its construction. Mexico's prosecutor's office says it'll investigate the cause of the railway collapse. Still ahead, a look at what's behind some of the rising prices at the grocery store and the gas pump. And next in Health Watch, some doctors are now using virtual reality to customize surgery for patients dealing with extreme ankle pain. Needle-free vaccines may offer broad protection against the flu. A study at Georgia State University finds vaccines sprayed into the nose enhance the immune response in respiratory tracts where viruses enter the body. That could make intranasal vaccines more effective than shots injected into the muscle. More American children are getting vaccinated against the human papilloma virus, but doctors say the rate is still much too low. A study in the journal Pediatrics says fewer than half of 9 to 12-year-olds have completed their HPV vaccinations. HPV-related cancers are on the rise, with nearly 40,000 new cases every year. The ankle is the most sprained and strained joint in the body. Over time, cartilage can wear down, causing arthritis of the ankle. When medication and braces fail to ease pain, surgery may become an option. Well, now virtual reality is allowing doctors to customize the surgery before patients even enter the OR. Running, jumping, walking, kicking, even standing. You use your ankle a lot, but a bad fall can put you on the sidelines.
My whole body was like a contortionist. The pain had gotten so bad that I was like pulling my foot, and the amount of walking I could do was minimal.
Bonnie had severe ankle arthritis.
She tried anti-inflammatory, she tried bracing, she tried cortisone injection, and after a while it just became too painful that none of those things were working.
That was a Band-Aid over a problem. I knew I couldn't live like that.
So orthopedic surgeon Clive Woods suggested an ankle replacement. With this surgery, Dr. Woods used virtual reality to practice the surgery beforehand.
Using the Oculus, you can actually be in the OR, go step by step as far as drilling, cutting, looking at x-rays.
Making for a quicker and more efficient surgery.
The more efficient you are in surgery, less chance of infection because less OR time, less anesthesia.
Bonnie was able to go home the same day she had the surgery and now looks forward to living out her golden years without ankle pain.
You're looking out the other end. You want to get out there and live and enjoy life.
After surgery, Dr. Woods recommends patients limit high-impact activities such as running and jumping. But Dr. Woods says sports such as doubles tennis or pickleball are okay to play. Over the next couple of days, we're going to continue to look into how doctors are using technology to heal broken bones. Tomorrow in Health Watch, we're going to learn about using robotics to personalize joint replacements, leading to longer-lasting results. And that is a look at today's health news. A little bit later, some major drugstore chains are now offering same-day appointments for COVID-19 vaccines.
Plus, we are drying out just a bit, but more rain in the forecast. We're going to look at that coming up. Well, we definitely got the rain. Another round of showers and thunderstorms across the region last night and then into the morning hours for us today. Really a good chunk of the day. Heaviest rain last night and through the morning hours, but you can see these bands working through. And then we got on the back side of this storm system today, and we just saw light to moderate rain throughout the day, and quite a bit of rain across most locations, but you can see the back edge rotating out of here. The clouds breaking up a bit on the back side, so we're actually seeing some sunshine, which is nice to see. But if we average out the entire area, about 3/4 of an inch of rain, but you can see the heaviest along and south of the I-44 corridor with rainfall with this past system. And now we don't have to worry about it. If you head really from Springfield east up I-44, that's where most of the rain is, but we get a chance to dry out, and it looks pretty good throughout the evening. But it is quite a bit cooler. Look at our temps yesterday. We are into the mid-70s. Today, we're mainly into the 50s. We climbed into the upper 50s over the past couple hours just due to some sunshine working in, which you can see on our tower cam from the station. Currently sitting at 57, a northerly wind at about 15, pressure steady, humidity is kind of high. We'll most likely get a little bit of patchy fog in here as we go through the overnight hours. But cooler on the Missouri side just due to more clouds and the most recent place that actually saw the rain, where the sun's been out a little bit longer. It's warming up in our western counties as we have gone into the mid, even upper 60s. We'll drop back through the 50s, 40s, kind of cool tonight, near 40 degrees for an overnight low, but at least we get a chance to dry out just a bit on the backside of this storm system, and it's producing severe weather down through parts of Mississippi and Alabama. So this system's heading away from us. But here's our next storm system. It's not near as strong. It's actually fairly weak, but it is going to give us some rain chances as early as tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening, and tomorrow night. It's just going to be scattered showers, but something we want to watch. And then we get into this little ridge of high pressure, and that's going to help our temperatures warm up a bit as we go through the next couple days. But it's going to be chilly tonight. We're going to drop back through the 50s, 40s, near 40 by the morning hours. Again, we'll most likely see some patchy fog. We'll start the day right around 40. I think we'll see quite a bit of sunshine throughout the day, partly sunny skies, 62 by noon, then a high temp of 66. We may get a few random showers trying to sneak in here late in the day into the evening hours with this next little wave heading toward us. And this will give us these random showers tomorrow night and then into Thursday morning. Then this system will pull on by. Next system starts to brew. With a warm front lifting north, we could get a few scattered thunderstorms late in the day on Friday, but better chances for at least scattered thunderstorms by Saturday. Some of those could be strong, possibly severe, lasting into Sunday, and then another wave kicking out even by Monday. So it picks up a bit as we go through the next few days. Patchy fog tonight, chilly. 66 tomorrow. Few showers trying to work in by evening into the overnight hours into Thursday morning. High 65. Friday looks great, 70, 77 Saturday. A little bit cooler on Mother's Day, but we do have those chances for showers and thunderstorms.
The ground is pretty soggy already.
It
we
is.
Don't really need any more.
It's very saturated.
Thanks, Doug. With spring in full force, bears have awakened from hibernation and left their winter dens. That includes the roughly 800 black bears in Missouri. To help people stay safe, the Missouri Department of Conservation encourages people to be bear aware. The department offers some tips. First off, don't feed bears. Officials say if a bear loses its fear of humans, it can become dangerous, might have to be put down. Store garbage and compost in a secure building or bear-proof container. Keep grills and smokers clean. And use electric fencing to keep bears away from beehives, chicken coops, and vegetable gardens. Coming up, rising prices at the pump and the grocery store. But first, we honor a local World War II veteran. Donald Peckman served in the U.S. Army from 1942 to 44. The Milo, Missouri native was stationed in France, received a Purple Heart. He was killed in action. We salute Private First Class Donald Peckman, a four-state hero. 3 major drugstore chains now offer same-day COVID-19 vaccine appointments. Walgreens says same-day appointments will be available beginning tomorrow. CVS started doing same-day appointments a little over a week ago. And Rite Aid says it'll take walk-ins on a limited basis. The chains are rolling out more flexible schedules as demand for the shot slows amid some vaccine hesitancy. Tomorrow, Facebook's Oversight Board is expected to announce whether to indefinitely suspend former President Trump from Facebook and Instagram. The social media giant banned Mr. Trump from its platforms after the deadly riot at the U.S. Capitol. In February, the board confirmed it received an appeal on behalf of Mr. Trump seeking to reinstate his accounts. Americans emerging from a year spent at home are in for a surprise at the store. Rising prices on just about everything from gas to groceries. Reporter Carter Evans has more.
It's sticker shock at the supermarket.
This is unusually expensive.
Rising prices at Tammy Gunther's local grocery store are adding $40 or more to her weekly bill.
How much did you spend?
131 something.
131 bucks. You got 5 bags.
It feels like last year this would have been about 90 bucks for this.
She's not alone. Americans are paying more for the basics. Citrus fruit up 9.8%, bacon up more than 8%, and beef up 7.1%. Gas station prices are up more than 22% from a year ago.
They're as high as they were right before the pandemic.
UCLA senior economist Leo Feller says gas prices fell so low last year it put some oil producers out of business, and production still hasn't caught up as drivers hit the road again. Demand for groceries is up 11% because people hunkered down at home, and that put pressure on suppliers, which drove up food prices.
This will start changing as people shop less at grocery stores and as they go out more to restaurants.
You seem pretty confident that this is not the beginning of an inflationary period.
Yeah, I don't think so. This is very different than 1970s. The consumers have a lot more power these days.
But you can still expect basics like toilet paper and diapers to cost more. Procter & Gamble, Kimberly-Clark, and Coca-Cola announced they too are increasing prices because they're paying more for raw materials in short supply.
It's bad for your pocketbook, but it's good in terms of we're back to how we were before.
Consumer prices are expected to stabilize in the coming months. One exception, though, may be lumber. Lumber prices have skyrocketed 300% in the last year as people forced to isolate try to improve their homes. And there's no sign construction is slowing down. Carter Evans, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Final check of the forecast next. The CBS Evening News is next. Then on KOAM News at 6, we're going to hear from area parents about reports the FDA plans to authorize Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine for 12 to 15-year-olds next week. Plus, Kansas lawmakers passed several new laws by overriding vetoes from Governor Laura Kelly. And it's National Teacher Appreciation Week. We're going to hear from area students on the impact their teachers have made. Stay with us for the CBS Evening News and then KOAM News at 6. An Ohio amusement park is using a few special guests to test out its new roller coaster. The new Orion Giga Coaster is the tallest and fastest roller coaster at Kings Island Amusement Park. The park shared video of several Bob Ross dolls on the attraction. The toys were taken down a 300-foot drop before racing up and down 7 hills along a 5,300 plus feet on track at speeds of up to 91 miles an hour. The Kings Island Amusement Park is currently closed, but it's set to reopen on May 15th. Dropping out of the happy clouds there. There goes Bob Ross, the late PBS painter. Doesn't seem like the roller coaster type.
Hey, if they can do it, we can do it.
I guess.
They made it through it.
I guess.
Well, we've been on a little bit of a roller coaster ride, weather-wise, and we get to dry out tonight, a little bit of patchy fog, 66 tomorrow, some more showers tomorrow evening and night into Thursday morning.
Thanks for joining us. CBS Evening News is next. Of course, we're going to be right back here at 6. Let's take care of ourselves and each other.